Hello, welcome back to ECS. We're going into our map number 1 relatively shortly. Of course,
Yep.
it'll be VP versus Fnatic, and I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm looking forward to it because I've actually never casted Fnatic before. I've done
Really?
Godsent, I've done all of the players, I've just not done Olofmeister Dennis. Never actually casted them.
I've done a lot of Godsent lately, and it's going to be good to do Fnatic. I haven't done
Mm.
them in quite some time since the roster change. So, I do agree. It's going to be interesting, isn't it, when we finally manage to get on in.
Yeah.
But, so we've already spoken a little bit, of course, earlier about the predictions for tonight. You're going for a 1-1, which is...
I'm being boring, basically.
Yeah.
I'm going the boring route. I'm going to
uh,
sit on the fence and just go, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm a little bit right.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Well, I mean, yeah, you'll be half right. I'll be a quarter right if I get it. Quarter is pretty despicable.
Quarter right? How
Yeah,
many
because at least they got one. Like, well, actually, unless VP take it 2-0, in which case I am horribly wrong. So yeah, no, that's true. But so the first map we're going to be heading into is going to be Cash, I believe, which, like you've already pointed out, is a fairly interesting choice. One that you and me both collectively believe that Fnatic should have
you've got
the
2-0 Fanatics, so you have to believe that they're going to win.
It should have the good chance of making it on through and taking that one. Now VP, they do have what it takes, but
Oh, no doubt.
yeah,
no
but
doubt.
the
They're
issue
rated
is
the best team in the world at the
yeah.
moment.
So but they have to be bringing their A game today. That's probably one of the key things. We have to see them get out of this rut they've been in somewhat lately.
Yeah, no, the big problem they have at the moment is, okay, for starters, they have one ban tournament. I wouldn't say that WSG is really too much to go on. Snacks was actually horribly ill. The food screwed him in some way, and he was just not really at the tournament properly. Yes, they came back a little bit, and you saw, okay, they got through Envious, and then they got kept up late or some other excuse, and then things went wrong. The bigger problem I have is just online in general. VP are always seemingly struggling. They get through right at the very end, or they get invited back, or something odd seems to happen that saves them. And as a LAN team, you want them there, of course. VP, they're some of the biggest names in Counter-Strike. They're incredible players, but when it comes to online stuff, something just goes wrong. Maybe they don't have like Taz pumping them up in the room or something a little bit weird, but whatever it is, it's a great opportunity for Fnatic. They've got Cash, a map that VP don't really play. They've got VP online and VP after a slump. What more do you want?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think you can ask for a better scenario to try and take it 2-0 than that. So who knows? Maybe I'll be right. But
you've set yourself up for this one, haven't you?
Yeah, I know. I feel like I've loaded all my eggs into one basket a little bit, unlike you. But and you can't not talk about as well the side of Fnatic with the likes of Olofmeister and the new roster changes that they've had, and of course those players being extremely well endowed in that regard. But we're actually heading into the game now, and I believe we're jumping straight on in to the pistol round.
Yeah, looking like somewhat of a retake scenario already for Virtus.pro. Look at the nades they've got. Don't actually have a kit, which is quite interesting for the strategy they're playing. But, well, Fnatic, they've gone straight for the rush A. They're going to take the site and just have to defend it from there. Dennis, Pistol Master, he's got that Tech 9 with a little bit of Kevlar behind it. But straight away, Twist, the bomb going down.
Yeah, no, they are playing for the retake strategy. Bomb's going to get planted straight off the bat, though, and this does mean that all 5 remaining members of VP trying to make their way into the site. Olofmeister going to be the first to find the frag, though, on Pasha Biceps in towards the A main area. That's going to be the Lurk player going down, and as a result, they lose their positional advantage. Dennis as well going to be chiming in one of his own with that Tech 9, makes it 2 over towards the forklift, and the trade doesn't come through either. So currently, not a single kill being traded in the way of VP. Finally, Neo stepping up to the plate. He's able to find 2. But he's still got more left to find, and it was a huge task indeed. He's going to get taken down by Dennis, who uses the Tech 9 to his advantage there to pick up that frag and the pistol round on the board for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's a very hit-and-miss strategy. It's one of those ones where, okay, either you get yourself that sort of Molotov thrown in, everything works out on the retake, but Dennis on the pistol gets 3 kills, does exactly what we know him for, and just makes it look almost easy in the end. Obviously, Olofmeister starting things as well. In terms of the buy this round, no surprise to see a force coming in for Virtus.pro. But on the other side, well, pretty standard. 3 SMGs, a couple of AKs, and quite a bit of nades on the top 3 players.
Yeah, they're going to be bringing the utility. You've also got the MAC-10 up on Twist, notoriously the best weapon in the game, and also a chance for them to try and farm up some money. But it's going to be Olofmeister to find the first on a Pasha Biceps in towards that B site. You can already tell Neo now having to rotate out of mid. They do therefore lose the presence there, but they gain another in towards the B area. He's going to be playing in towards Checkers with the scout. Might better find some hurt here. Is going to be seeing Fnatic trying to make their way into the site. The UMP just farming up a quick $1,200 and also locking down that site right from the get-go.
Yeah, it made things look easy once again. Wenton starts things off just by pushing onto the site, picks up 2 kills. The site is lost, and now, well, we even have Letcrow, the young starlet, just lurking around the back to hold off Snacks, not losing a single player. Absolutely perfect for Fnatic going into the next round. And well, now they get to face off against USPs. Bialy does have a little bit of money saved. I'm pretty sure that that would just be for some nades, unless he's really buying an AWP for his teammate. But after the Deeg, well, he's just going to buy himself back down to 2k like the rest of the team.
Yeah, no, and once again, you know, this is where Twist with that Mac 10 can really start to farm up some money for the side of Fnatic, start to give them the early economic advantage. He's going to be looking to head out in towards mid, but he's backed up by a couple of his teammates over the top of Boost. Taz going to be the first to fall. That's going to be $600 in the pocket of Fnatic, and Twist keeps on pushing with this Mac 10, just unbridled aggression in towards this B site. And well, it's going to be Pasha to get caught in the clutches of the weapon. That's going to be $1,200 on the board. And Wenton as well, chiming in one of his own, just farming up the money on the side of Virtus Pro. We can see a couple of sugar daddies emerging, as it were, on that side to try and buy up for anyone if they need it. 2 players left alive now for VP to try and come into this 2 versus 4 with bomb planted.
Yeah, they do lose 1 player based off a slightly late smoke. So, yeah, it doesn't pay anything now. It's no problem now. But that smoke late in the next round, you can actually get caught out a little bit there, Fnatic. So I want to see those nades on point early doors. Of course, all they've lost is an SMG. Olive may have been holding the rifle, but it's quickly picked up by his teammate. And, well, this is just, again, a clean round. Bialy going to look to try and find one on the exit. Of course, the Deeg not going to have too much value in the next. And, well, not going to be the case. Snacks left alone. Trying to just hold another exit frag, but it doesn't look like anything's going to be coming his way.
Yeah, no, I mean, on the other side of those doors, little does he know it, but there's a lot of Swedes. And not one that, sadly, his USP is going to have much of an impact on finding. So he's not going to be able to land any exit frags there. Now it's going to be the first buy on the cards for Virtus Pro. It's going to be 4 rifles and a UMP up on Taz. They've got a good bit of utility, but maybe less than they would have liked. A few smokes, and that's pretty much all she wrote. You have got a nice full set on Taz, who forgoes the extra firepower in favor of some more utility, which is admirable to say the least. Meanwhile, in mid, Olafmeister is going to get boosted up with the AWP in hand, trying to spot out Taz, but Taz is going to be playing that close angle with the UMP, of course, where it's going to be most effective here. And while mid is going to go, you know, uncontested for the time being, as Olaf actually falls down there. Not sure that was what was intended. Fnatic looking like they want to try and make some sort of approach in towards A, with the remaining 3 players slowly making their way through Squeaky and A main, and Olafmeister still committed to this mid angle.
Yeah, a little bit of a bonus round as well coming in for Fnatic. They've kept a couple of the SMGs and just looking to farm up that cash. Of course, the UMP very high on the amount of damage it can do to armored players, so no real problem there just yet. They will set up towards the A site at the moment, but they're taking their time. And in terms of the aggression coming out towards mid from VP, it does mean there's a quick rotation, but in terms of actual getting onto the site, getting back in play, it will take them a little while to do so. Already a lot of damage, Dennis, is being taken, but now they're going to pounce into the site. Already Snacks looking for the first kill. Will be Lekro to find 2, in fact, with the UMP. So maybe not the weaker of the weapons. Just run and gun, do the damage. Caught out by Tazdo on the rotation. This evens things back up with Olive grabbing 1 more, but completely blind and has to be a little careful now.
Yeah, Taz does grab himself an AK. Going to pick up 1 frag out, and Allegro goes for the repick, but Wenton takes him down in return. And well, now it's all on Pasha, and well, now it's all on no one. As Olafmeister finds him with the AWP, and it's going to be awfully hard for him to have much of an impact when he's 6 feet under. So Fnatic, they take a 4th round on the board consecutively as well, and now we're going to be heading into what could be another bit of a freebie round for them here.
Yeah, no, another nice round coming out. It was sort of exactly what was pointed out there. The 2 players in mid, 1 over sort of towards B as well. It was a little bit of a problem because they were too slow to rotate. They already lost the site. Lekro with some great work on the entry, and it basically leaves them in a point again where now they're just on pistols. Already a 4-0 lead. Fnatic with a ridiculous amount of money, and they're just going to be able to clear all these angles quite well with the nades in hand. However, 4 players over here, and Walt Neo, he's just going to add another. Already Pasha grabs 1 more, and this is single peaks from Fnatic. This is just bad play in general. Not really playing as a team. Olive is going to get decked as well as Pasha takes him down, and well, somehow out of nowhere they've just pulled around.
Yeah, Lekro is going to be all that remains for the side of Fnatic, 11 HP, and it just was not meant to be. Sadly, the hold from Neo with the Deagle, backed up by Pasha, was just too much. The B site not ready to falter just yet. I mean, they've had good success heading in towards A, and the guys on B, they wanted to show, you know what? We've got this, and there we go. There's a little replay actually of the rather attractive 1D.
They all peek 1 by 1. It's
yeah.
No utility used. They just go, okay, now I'm going to single peek. Now I'm going to single peek.
They're just setting up for the montage. That's what that was. But it's going to be 1-4, and while a buy on the cards from Virtus Pro, 2 AWPs up on the side of Snacks and Pasha. You can see Pasha looking in towards B, trying to get a bit aggressive, matched by his counterpart as well. Snacks over towards the A site, trying to take a peek in towards A main.
Yeah, no, Snax is renowned for these aggressive peeks. He will actually spot the feet of Dennis, and no, he's close and straight through the smoke. Nice read from Snax to open up this round. Of course, Fnatic, if they can win this, there's a high chance of resetting VP, which would be a horrific standpoint for Virtus.pro to be in, but, well, already finding the first pick, the double ult's doing their job for now.
Yeah, they take the early man advantage. You can already see Fnatic. They try to equalize things out, and Olofmeister is going to be the one to do it. Puts it back into a 4-on-4. Finds the frag on a Neo in mid, but Bialy not ready to forego the advantage just yet. Does come in with a return frag out onto Lekro. Puts it back into the 3-on-4 scenario, and as a result, the one-man advantage is going to be returned to the hand of Virtus.pro. Now, Fnatic, a little bit of a desperation act here, deciding to abandon their pursuits in towards A, make their way back through T-spawn, and now deciding that B is looking fairly delicious this time of year.
Look at Pasha's position. He's holding a very aggressive angle, and, well, unless Oliver's checking for this, this should be a very easy pick for him. Just finds the first frag, and then everything will really fall apart from there, and there you go. Already gets the first. They know there's an AWP there, pushing in mid. Twist will be lost, and now, well, Fnatic, the last alive, will find a kill, and this could give them a bomb plant, which always added value. Always going to be nice, and some extra damage now possible, but this should be an easy retake for Virtus.pro. They've got 3 players left alive, only 2 coming in at once, so maybe he's got an opportunity here. Venton actually gets the second, and there's only 1 player actually in his vicinity. This could be a problem. Bialy up close, going to look for Snax, and well, Snax finally rotates in, take his time, but eventually they'll get themselves that kill.
Yeah, better late than never. Didn't want to give him too much of a foot in the door in the way of that round, and VP then will be picking up round number 2. Now they do get the DPs, like you say, able to win that 1 versus 3. They do lose 1 player in the process, but it's going to be leave them in a relatively good economic scenario. Only having to rebuy up on 3 players. They save the 2 AWPs, perhaps more importantly, and that's going to allow them to keep going with the double AWP setup that has been working so incredibly well for them in these previous rounds.
That was so close to being 2 kills. That would have been absolutely lovely. Still, nice round from Snax, and well, as you said, the double AWP setup come back in, and that's already been quite prominent in how they've started off these rounds. They found 2 different picks on different sites to really give themselves a good opportunity, and that's the most important thing that these AWPs need to be doing. Now, Dennis, already going to get tagged down to 54 HP, so not the ideal start to the round, and, well, you have to look towards the CT side setup at the moment. They're a little bit less present on the sort of mid position. They had someone boosted in vent before, but mainly that's because of the aggressive standpoint of Taz, and well, when they have played Cash in the past, he's always been very prominent in that sort of aggressive mid position.
Yeah, for the time being, it's going to be Taz trying to fill his boots, playing up close in mid. Going to be going a little bit aggressive, and of course he can hear out any players on the side of Fnatic as they try to move around. Should be a good kind of position to try and get some information, especially if they decide to go for a boost. Twist looking like he's thinking about it. He's just kind of waiting, trying to watch for the counter boost, of course, in mid, and now Fnatic looking like they're a little bit curious in towards this A site. Olofmeister is going to be left behind, and he's going to be tasked with trying to take down Taz. If he gets a little bit big for his boots, tries to push in towards mid, while the rest of Fnatic looking like they're a little bit curious as to what A might hold in store for them.
Yeah, they are setting up. The peek from Taz is timed for Olofmeister to get that opening kill. Now, the CTs have to know whether the rotation is necessary, but they actually have 3 players. Bialy going to get caught, but he peeks out and grabs 2 while burning. That's perfect. And more Snax is ready and waiting to pick 1 more. Olive, well, he gets the first kill, and he's going to be the last to die. And, well, that A hit just didn't go well at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a slaughter, to be polite about it. We are going to see Fnatic just completely chopped down there on the push, and, well, now they're looking at it's been a fairly fragile situation, with many of them being in a situation where they're going to have to go into a bit of an eco. They have enough money to buy up on a couple of players. It's a bit of a forced buy up behind this one. The scoreline's going to be 3-4, and Fnatic, they need to try and get back into this now. Stop allowing VP to chain these rounds together and build up a stronger economy. But Pasha in towards B, looking to try and cement a little bit more victory into this round. Does spot out that first frag on a Twist, takes him down, and well, now Fnatic, they're going to be relegated over towards this A side. They don't want to be challenging the AWP of Pasha in towards B, and they lose Twist as well, who was the player to kind of probe it for the information. As he goes down, they're going to look like they want to try and take mid instead. Olaf going to be boosted up with Deagle, can't find much. The Molotov's going to come on through and force him out of that position.
Yeah, a lot of damage done to Pasha, though. He's down to 19 HP, and it is just Deagles across the board at the moment. Of course, we know that pretty much everybody on this Fnatic lineup can use a Deagle when necessary. Pasha is going to have the AWP in play now that he's so low on HP as well, and looking to see what the T's are actually going to do here. It looks like an aggressive push out mid. Now, Oliver's actually got quite far up. Snax, close and personal. And, well, there's the flash. Nice flash coming in. Oliver will grab 1. Taz on the repeat. He's trading it, and that's no problem.
Yeah, it's going to go into 2-on-4. Wenton looking like he has to try and make some progress in towards A. Does find one on the back of the Deagle onto Bialy. That's going to allow him to get the bomb plant, providing no nades just come raiding on through. Well, they're going to get it. So now it's going to be this 2 versus 3 after plant scenario. Only Deagles. Wenton does manage to grab himself an M4 as well to try and hold down this site with. And well, Virtus Pro, they're trying to take things fairly slowly, being a little bit lackadaisical on the rotate. Neo, meanwhile, in towards A main, looking a little bit curious. Going to get taken down by Wenton. Dennis as well. On towards Forklift, leads it in a 2-on-2. The crossfire is set up nicely between these two remaining players. The trade should be able to come on through, but Taz goes aggressive, and sadly the trade just isn't there. It's a 1 versus 2. Wenton only has 4 HP in a dream, and well, sadly that's just not enough.
Yeah, in terms of what they bought, though, it's actually not that bad. They got themselves 3 kills, a bomb plant, and did a nice little bit of damage to Virtus Pro's economy. Of course, they're still going to be able to buy no problem, but do they actually lose an AWP as well? So they're going to have to buy that back up. And you look at the money, yes, you got Pasha just running away with 10,000, but everybody else is starting to slip a little bit. And, well, you've got to look towards now what's coming back at them. Twist hasn't had a good game so far, so he's going to switch over to the AWP. And, well, this has been a big talking point about this Fnatic lineup, is who's actually the primary AWPer. It seems that Olive gets it most of the time, but, well, Twist, he gets it for this round for a matter of 15 seconds, and then he's straight out there. Snack sends him packing.
Yeah, but the early round casualty as well to the Twist. They lose the AWPer, and not only that, they do now have a 1-man disadvantage to try and make their way back into this round, where Olofmeister going to get tagged down low. Just inspects the damage that's now been done to his lower half, as he does notice he's only got 1 leg. Taz, meanwhile, going aggressively in towards mid. Should be able to isolate Olofmeister as he gets broken off from the rest of his team. Out to find 1 frag onto Pasha. Taz, though, is going to be in a great spot to try and trade this back and return the man advantage the way of VP. But it's actually only Snacks to answer the call. He finds 1, and Taz chimes in with that frag, meanwhile, in towards B. So now it's a 2-on-4. And as well as that, the positioning of Taz in towards mid is going to, of course, relegate Fnatic over towards this kind of squeaky A main area, which is less than ideal, as it doesn't give them many avenues of approach out towards the B site.
Yeah, this is looking pretty bleak now for Fnatic. They've got 50 seconds to actually try and make a move. None of the remaining players have taken any damage whatsoever. Dennis has got the AWP in hand after switching a few times, and, well, really their position on the map should be quite well known. Taz so aggressively pushed up, he should be able to hear every move they make. However, he has already played here once, and Dennis will be picked off. Taz is quick to trade, and well, now it's down to just Lekro spraying away, grabs 1, got 20 seconds to actually make his move now. Well, Snacks is always there. He's always there to just finish off these rounds, make things nice and easy. Yeah,
no, he's like a guardian. He's just forever watching. Very rarely acts, but when he does, you can be sure of some sort of miracle. And as a result, it's going to allow VP to further cement more rounds on the board. Fnatic, they need to try and come up with a remedy to this problem sooner rather than later, as it goes 4-5. And, well, VP, they're going to be taking the lead. And as a result, they are going to be able to buy up. They're on the lost round bonus, so they are very much well endowed into this round. That nade's going to find some good damage early on. They Twist tagged down to 76 HP, and Fnatic loading all their eggs into one basket. These nades just raining in like artillery, sorry. Bialy able to find 1. Finally get traded out by Wenton. Snacks coming in from high. We're going to pick up 1 with the AWP. Puts it into a 3-on-4. Fnatic do manage to get across onto this site, but small consolation. Going the 1-man down early on. That flash is going to hit Snacks perfectly, but he doesn't get taken down. They don't capitalize on it. Olofmeister finally chiming in with the frag, but it's going to get taken down by Pasha. And now it's 3-on-2. Twist and Lekro. And as Lekro falls, into this 1 remaining Swede, able to convert that into 1 frag. He's still in a 1 versus 2.
They can defuse it from behind. It doesn't matter what he can do here. Bomb's not planted quite in the right position for main, and, well, the second they realize they throw a smoke down, that's a nice easy defuse for VP. Of course, bomb plant, loss bonus, that equals a buy for Fnatic, so they are going to keep coming back, but that's quite a few strung together now for Virtus Pro. After a bit of a slow start, they are starting to get things rolling.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is extremely good for VP as well, because we were saying that, providing they come into this, playing their A game, just showing their hand early on, that they could definitely kind of cement a very good scoreline. And currently they're 6-4 with a 2-round advantage. They have Fnatic on the ropes a bit. Taz is going to be falling in mid, and this is the first time we've seen Fnatic start with the 1-man advantage in quite some time. And well, now they're going to be looking to try and capitalize on that. They have 2 players out in towards mid, with the remaining guys making their way in towards B. Olofmeister backing up Twist with that bomb. Looking like they're going to be making their way in towards this B site in a split. 3 people in mid now for the side of Fnatic, and Neo going to be the one trying to hold this off from Checkers.
Yeah, looking at Snacks, he's trying to get some information, currently falling back around, because they really don't know where this is going to go. There's still a huge opportunity that Fnatic could even split back towards A if they really needed to. Olofmeister finding another on B, though, is likely to force their hand, leaving just Pasha. He's got himself the AWP, currently holding his CZ out, so clearly going to go for those long-range one-taps. But with a minute left on the clock, there's no real rotation at the moment. The only person anywhere near the action for a rotation is actually bo1, so it's all on Pasha. The biceps are going to have to carry them through this round. He finds the first, drops the bomb. There's so much time left, and they're closing in on him. It's going to be Wenton to finish him off. Pasha does his best, leaves an opportunity at least for Virtus.pro to actually make a play back into this round. But bo1 and Snacks, they're both smoked out, and AWP could find a pick. And actually, they're both playing relatively close to the site, so maybe there is an opportunity. The gap will be found by bo1. Grabs another one, and oh, this nade, is it actually going to make it possible? Yes, it is. Snacks grabs one more. This leaves just Lekro left. He's got to try a 1v2 now.
Yeah, he does have the AK in hand. He's in a good position. But bo1 going to be the fast finger on the trigger. That takes him down. And Tom's throwing his hands up in the air like a child who's just been told off. As he's quite emotional about that one. I can understand why. He definitely should have found the first frag at least. And but sadly, it just wasn't meant to be. And as a result, VP, they're coming out on top in a very commanding way early on.
I mentioned Miss Smokes at the beginning of the game after third round, saying if they even leave a gap in that, there's a problem. Now, that was just the opening way back for the round. They bring it back to a 2 versus 2, and after that point, well, the nade dunks onto Oliver, he gets removed, and that just makes it look easy. But after getting 2 entry frags, they shouldn't be throwing away rounds like that. Pasha, he does his best. He gets them 2, he gets them back in, and seemingly that's enough. And well, it's happened again. Opening kill will come in. Pasha, he's been dropped this time, so no heroics from him. But the rest of the team are going to be trying to fight this one back.
Yeah, the early man advantage going the way of Fnatic once again. Perhaps they can try and convert this, though, into a round win for a change. As Olafmeister's going to find himself on 8 HP. Wenton as well, only on 29. And Neo looking to try and make a difference. Finds that first frag on Wenton. It's going to slow down the push, but they're going to be going for the aggression. Twist comes out on top. Does find the head of Neo. Now it's all on Snacks. That smoke's going to go down this time. No gap in it, although a tiny gap in it, maybe.
Oh,
no.
I was looking at Lekro's flank on the map and saying, you know what? He's got this. He's going to come in from behind and ruin everything. He didn't. He gets taken down, leaves it back to a 3v3. Snacks gets in unaware and just manages to push in and get a no-scope. It will be Taz traded out by Olive in the meantime. Dennis, he needs to hold this frag, and he does. Now it's all down to Snacks. He's going straight for the defuse. He's down to a couple of seconds, and that's way too close, but Olive will be there to finish him off.
I'm just curious, and I've noticed this now. Tom, I hope you don't mind me saying, whenever you say Olafmeister or Olaf,
I say Olov.
Yeah, you kind of say Olive, and
yeah.
I've started to wonder if maybe that's what you see whenever you see the legendary Swedish CS players.
Maybe like a little with the little like ping going.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny, but it's going to go 7-5 as Fnatic finally pick up another round on the board. Only a 2-round disadvantage now between them and VP. In towards mid, it's going to be Taz playing up close with that CZ. Flash going to make its way out, and it's actually Neo, with the scout in hand to pick one up on Electro. Taz as well, putting that CZ to work. They're going to grab themselves the early 2-man advantage. And now perhaps they can try and turn this into a round win as they make their way towards B. Pasha's here with the AWP, steadfast and firm, finds the first frag out on a twist. And that's going to be bomb dropped as well. They've got a lot of work to do as they try to make their way in here. Pasha's not ready to give it up just yet. Finds a second frag, looking for a third. Olafmeister with the AWP, going to convert that into 2 frags. Looking for the third as well. Out on towards, in towards this site. Olaf making his way in, completely flash, but going very aggressive. Is going to get taken down. So there we go. Nothing too epic there, sadly.
The panic spray.
Yeah.
He knows it's all over. That was it. Nice round coming out from VP, and that's the reset onto Fnatic's economy as well. And we're seeing a CT-sided cash at the moment, so really good half at the moment coming out from VP. Of course, 8 rounds already seemingly enough for them going onto the T side, and well, double AWP setup versus some Tech-9s. Yes, the Tech-9s are renowned for Fnatic in general, but that's a lot to ask of this round at least.
Yeah, definitely. So Olafmeister's going to start things off with a nice shot with that Deagle. Finds one out onto Neo, and that's going to force Pasha back onto this side, playing a passive angle. He's going to be able to find one. Looks for a second. Wenton's going to go down, switching out to the CZ, but Olafmeister's there with the Deagle. It's got Olive. He picks up 2 frags. Taz is going to get taken down as well by Dennis. And now it's all on bo1 and Snacks, 2 versus 3. To try and retake this site. Bomb isn't down just yet, so they are being bought plenty of time to rotate on through and get into good positions. Lekro, though, looking to be the linchpin, finds one. bo1, it's 1. Snacks goes aggressive, does find one. Looking to get the second, he gets the no-scope. What are you doing, Snacks? That's insane. And now it's all Lekro versus Snacks, 1-on-1. And what a way for Snacks to get VP back into this round.
He's not ill anymore. That's for sure. He is not ill anymore. What a great play, pushing through the smoke. It's basically where he was born, but now he has to try and find. Now a decent plant coming out from Lekro. He's had a lot of time to actually plan where he's going to put this bomb. And in fact, is just going to sit around the site, so may actually try and bait out some positions. Instead, well, Snax is going to go for a couple of pre-fire shots. Doesn't actually know where Lekro is, and there's the peek back. So the heroics will not be completed, at least from Snax. He's not going to manage to do the 1 versus 3, but gave it a damn good go.
Yeah, sadly, it just wasn't meant to be.
What was that?
Yeah, no, I know, Olaf. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. And, you know, who could forget, of course, the wonderful double kill on the back of Snax with that AWP. Sadly, it just wasn't meant to be, though. And now we're going to be heading into the next round. Well, VP, they've managed to get themselves a relatively decent advantage. I'm going to be on the back foot, though, now into this round, as they do finally have to go onto a 4 spy. Went in towards mid, does find one out onto Snax, but they keep the aggression going. They manage to get control of mid, and they do find that frag. Finally, the trade coming into that round.
Not too much of a loss just yet, as Vinton didn't actually have a gun, and what Neo, he's now the last one left alive, completely blind, still manages to take Twist with him either way, but eventually Olof Meister
there we go, kind of better.
will be
Nearly
there
there
to finish him off.
Yeah, no, yeah. God Olive coming in at the end. 8-7 scoreline is, well, VP, they do win out the half. They managed to go into the second half with a 1-round advantage. Now we have to see if Fnatic can continue the trend and win this pistol round, because let's not forget, they have a pretty good win percentage when it comes down to that, and it would start them off on the right track.
Yeah, of course, going into the CT side, you want to get your economy rolling as soon as possible. Want to see if they do stick to the sort of well, pretty much the A rotation, try and take it back after losing it, but seemingly not. They're going to try and hold on to the A side, not give it away like their counterparts did in the previous half. Now, in terms of the CT setup, it is pretty standard at just a 2-1-2. It is pretty much the most standard thing you can do in Counter-Strike for Cash, other than just going heavy towards mid. The T's will be looking to go over boost, and they're going to challenge towards Twist very, very soon. Quickly rushing out. He's going to grab one and the second as well, maybe even a third, but Pasha is there to counter. In terms of the A-hold, everything seems to be going perfectly, leaving just 2. Make it 1. Come on, it's Dennis. What do we expect?
Yeah, no, I mean, the 2 nice shots there, like you say, and while it was all Pasha at the end, going to find himself in a 1 versus 4, less than ideal, and he's going to go down. So Fnatic, they continue the trend, and they pick up the pistol, which is what we like to see.
3 kills in both pistols for Dennis. I didn't really, we're looking at that stat and we're sort of surprised, but I'm thinking about it now. If you have Dennis in your team and you're not winning 80 whatever % of pistol rounds, something's going wrong.
Yeah, no, okay, that's very true. I'll give you that. But it's going to equalize out the scoreline now as we head into the second round of the second half. 8-8 currently, and Fnatic, they're going to be on an anti-eco, looking to try and farm up some money with 2 umps. Well, the Famas is going to be the first thing finding some damage. Takes down Neo, and it's going to be early man advantage going the way of Fnatic. Saying that, though, Pasha looks to go a little bit aggressive, gets a little bit angry. Does take out Olive Meister, but Lekro is there to answer back.
You're not going to let that go, are you?
No, never.
Never
Literally never. That's going to be you forever.
Dennis will be there to trade 1 back. And well, it's already looking like a bit of a problem. Yes, there was the 1 kill onto Olive, but unfortunately, Kaz is now the only one left. I might as well embrace it. There's no point.
Yeah, no, that's...
Just embrace it.
That's very true. It's going to go 8-9. Fnatic, they managed to reel back the lead and secure it once again. It's going to leave them in a good position to continue as well. And VP, I know they're going to plant down in either of those rounds. Now going to be in a situation where they have to save up completely. And while the 2 UMPs on the side of Fnatic are going to make quick work of these unarmored opponents.
Yeah, the Glock train. Literally nothing. Not a single flash. Not a single pistol. They do have a decoy. Okay, they've got a decoy. So it's not... Maybe they can fake flash something. They can still do that with the Glocks, though. Just a fake flash with your Glock and run out with a knife. Seen it with an AWP. Twist... no, who was it? It was Simple.
Yeah,
Simple
fake flash
with an AWP.
Yeah.
So
no,
that's the newest thing I've seen. But we still have the decoy available. Other than that, I'm not really expecting much. I think 1 kill is more than they can really expect. And a bomb plant is, well, the perfect opportunity, really.
Yeah, no, definitely so. 8-9 currently, though, and Wentz looking to try and be the player to start this off. Does Molotov any approaching VP players, out of the A main area? And you can already see they're going to be adapting to that exactly how you would expect. Sending all 5 players into Squeaky. I believe I saw this one in matchmaking a couple of weeks ago. And they're looking a little bit curious as to what they could do, lining up the smokes and flashes to make their way out onto this site. And when I say smokes and flashes,
You mean the
I'm
one
referring
decoy?
to the 1 decoy that they have. Wented looking to try and start things off. Does take down Pasha Bicep. Dennis, meanwhile, coming up huge. Does find 2 frags on the back of that spray. But it's all going to be Wented. Managed to farm himself up potentially some money. Oh, I thought he was going to go down there at the end. But does get $1,200 on the back of that UMP. And then also managed to scavenge the M4 of his dead teammate. So he's going to have $9,000. Well, now 8,000 after he buys down, but that's going to make him the officially licensed Fnatic sugar daddy of the team. He can afford to drop everyone.
Did he just... What just happened there? I just saw an AUG come... Oh, boy, not so much. Oh, never mind. He's going to give it to Twist. So we got an AUG in play.
That's
Personal favourite?
Yeah, well, no, not as good as the Mac-10, but it's a close second. And that's going to be...
I'm a Nova man.
Oh, okay. That's perfectly fine. It's going to be Dennis, though, to open things up in towards Squeaky. Takes down Snacks and grabs Fnatic the early one-man advantage, as well as locking VP out of the possibility of doing an A split anytime soon. You can already tell it slowed the momentum down on the side of Virtus Pro very considerably, and well, now they're going to be relying on Taz to try and pick up the trade frag better late than never and return this back into a 4-on-4, but they are looking a little bit stuck for ideas right now.
Yeah, Fnatic currently heavily relying on Dennis. Yes, they have a rotator available from Highway, but other than that, it's not looking too good. They have quickly rotated in Twist with that AUG, so he's going to be able to hold position, but yeah, Dennis going to have to do quite a lot here. No smoke on him, so he should just be able to free roam with the AWP, and there we go, flicking away. Make that 4. Can he get the 5th as well?
Oh,
yes, he can!
Dennis! What a spectacle! That was insane. That's what we want to be seeing. That's the Dennis we all know and love.
The Dennis we know and love has pistols in his hand. This is AWP prowess. That's not something you see too often, but, well, that was just impeccable. Every single flick landing, and the last one was probably the best of the lot. Just flicks away. And a headshot. Why not?
Yeah, no, someone needs to, you know, I'm not going to try it. But yeah, I was going to make a joke about fires or something, or him being on fire. Decided not to. Seemed easier. It's going to go 8-11, and well, VP, they're going to be on an eco with a few players being up on armor. All of Mice are going to be the players to try and shut these guys down as they make their way to the site. Does fine too. Pasha there to try and trade things back, and now it's all on Necro, and well, now it's all on no one as the bomb site is going to go the way of VP. They find that frag and put it into a 3-on-3. Managed to grab some weapons as well, but Twist coming up huge, finds 2 frags, meaning it's all on Taz in a 1 versus 3, and now it's no one on a 0 versus 3.
Yeah, in terms of what they brought up, a couple of pistols in play, a flashbang or 2, getting 2 kills on a bomb plant seems absolutely fine to me. So they've got themselves some money to play with. In fact, they've got an abundance, so this is going to be a perfect buy, whatever they want in play. AWP, in fact, 2 AWPs on the T side of Cash are definitely going to be trying to work the picks the best they can. Won't be good if they get to a late round scenario where they have to push in with AWPs, but hey, VP, they're going to be looking for these aggressive peaks, and I'm sure at some point we're going to see someone on the Fnatic roster go for an aggressive peak themselves. We've already had it from Dennis going very aggressive in the last round, so maybe they'll get lucky, but so far, well, look at Fnatic, they're playing very passive.
Yeah, no, a bit of a change of pace, actually. They've slowed things down quite considerably on both sides. VP not going for the early picks. Pasha in towards B, just watching the angle, watching to see any early aggression from Fnatic. They're not going to give him that opportunity to find a frag. Bialy, meanwhile, in towards A main, just staring at a wall because, you know, he's a premium player. Meanwhile, in mid, we're going to be seeing a boost coming into effect. Snacks is going to be the man with a plan trying to start this off. Does have the AWP in hand, but there's 2 players here to try and counteract this play.
Here goes Snacks. He needs to find an entry here. As said, pushing in late with the AWPs is not going to be too viable for Virtus Pro. We'll be lining up the smoke for Z, and well, now we just wait to see what he can actually do. The rest of the team are going to go a little bit aggressive. Pasha with the AWP pushing all the way over towards B, but there's the pick. There's the opening that was needed for Virtus Pro. They find the first. Looking at Twist at the moment, he needs to trade this back and actually does a lot of damage in the meantime and lines up 2. Makes it nice and easy now for Fnatic. Still 2 AWPs in play, still working the picks, but we're getting down to that late marker where they're going to have to push with them. Luckily, Olofmeister is going to hand them a frag, and this actually gives them the A side. The only player there and ready is Twist again with the cross. Yeah,
he's already done work in mid. He's looking to replicate his results in towards A. Snacks goes for the peek and walks around the corner like a crab. Does get taken down in the process. Bialy's able to trade things back, though. Puts it into a 2-on-2. And Bomb is so far away on the back of Pasha. He's got to be jogging right now. He's got some pretty big guns on him, if you don't mind me saying. So he can't run as fast as anyone else. Bialy does find 1 frag out on a Dennis. Now it's all on Lecro, 1 versus 2. And, well, you don't need to get the plant when Bialy is aiming like that.
Yeah, it did come very late, and the weird thing about that is the only reason Fnatic really lost that round was because of the aggressive peaks that came out from their players. If Olofmeister hadn't gone for the sort of peak, they probably wouldn't have lost that round. It would have meant 2 AWPs had to try and take the A site going aggressive, and yeah, Snacks, we've seen he can go aggressive with that AWP, but to bet on it, no, I wouldn't have been that sort of betting man. So the peak, for information, it actually loses them the round. Of course, hindsight for you, but at the same time, now a good opportunity for Virtus.pro. They've got a decent amount of money, a singular AWP in play for Fnatic, but they are starting to skimp a little bit in terms of what their buy has in store.
Yeah, no, not the best utility we've seen them go into this with. Twist only having the one flash and Lekro only having a smoke and an incendiary. Not going to be the ideal thing to try and hold back the tide that is Virtus.pro. Flash is going to be going aggressively towards A main. Went to looking like wants to try this one out. Test the waters, but Bialy lines up 2 frags. It's going to get taken down, but that is the early man advantage going the way of VP, and that's exactly what they needed. It allows them to make their way out mid. The rotate has to come through from mid to try and reinforce A, leaving Olof on his own and in towards B, but that doesn't matter. Snax finds one on the twist, and as a result, that A site is going to be completely opened up as Fnatic just get taken down left and right.
Yeah, just got cleared out in a matter of seconds, and well, it all started with that sort of double peek coming out from Bialy, gets himself 2 kills, and after that, it almost looked like Fnatic was sort of scrambling to get back into the round. Everything fell apart, and well, you can see they're trying to take these aggressive peaks to get themselves the man that they lost. And once that comes in, well, that's where you're playing into the Virtus plow, and they're just going to dominate you.
Yeah, no, and dominate they did. As we all know, they're a little bit dominatrixy, which is a little bit terrifying. But you know, God, the thought of Pasha being that's nightmares. But
that's how you die.
Yeah, it's
that's how you die.
Yeah, no, that's more Hitman territory. But it's going to be 10-12 currently. 2 rounds of difference between these two teams. Fnatic still maintaining a nice, healthy lead, but it is being quickly dwindled away as Virtus.pro looking like they want to try and get a few more rounds back on the cards and try and equalize this out. Pasha going to be the player to do that. Does find one on Allegro. Finds a second as well on Olof. Sadly, the trade unable to come through from the side of Fnatic, and then not accounting Taz being pushed up highway to catch off the rotators. It's going to be a 3-man advantage now as bomb gets planted over towards B. Or at least it would if Snax wasn't just waiting to pick up a frag.
Yeah, it's come down to the point now where Virtus.pro have realized if we just play a little bit passive in a lot of these rounds, Fnatic will push us, and that's given them the opening in the last 2 rounds at least. Just, okay, with pistols it's much more understandable, but in the round before, yes, they were lacking a little bit in terms of utility, but Fnatic don't need to go for these aggressive pushes. In fact, when it comes to the later round scenarios, hey, they push into Twist, he finds 2 kills. You push into Olofmeister, he finds 2 kills. So it's not really a problem for them actually having to go aggressive. Yes, it's worked for Dennis when he goes with the sort of AWP, but I think it needs to be a little bit more tactical in terms of their aggression, rather than just, okay, I'm going to push here, I'm going to push here, and then they just get shut down. Because Virtus.pro, well, they're one of those teams that's very, very good at just waiting for you to do that, hence the double orbs.
Yeah, no, definitely so. And no, I'd say that's a pretty standard analysis of exactly what we're seeing. I mean, you can't be going too slowly, you can't be going too fast. VPA1 that's very good at controlling the flow and pace of a game.
The flow.
Yeah, the flow.
New word.
But yeah, it's going to be at 11-12 as VP. They're closer every day at equalizing this one out. Now they're looking to try and keep this momentum going. We are seeing a 3-man hold from the side of Fnatic in mid. A little bit different to what we have seen previously with Twist playing the fast rotate on highway, so he can make his way between mid and A very, very fluently. Very, very easily as well. Neo tries to find those first frags. They don't line anything up just yet. But Olofmeister, as he goes aggressive in towards B, should potentially be called. Neo, meanwhile, isn't going to be able to find one in mid. It's actually Legro to take down one of his teammates. That's going to allow VP to, meanwhile, make their way out in towards A. And with no one here to hold it off, with the exception of, I believe it was Dennis. Yeah, he's going to go down. And that's going to completely give up the A site to the side of VP.
Yeah, I think they gambled the wrong way in that round. They were expecting B. You can see, well, on the sort of bit there where they pushed into vent to try and take back because they thought it was going B, leave Dennis with no one to rotate towards him from highway, and that's it. That's it, done and dusted. There was no way they were getting back into this one. They're going to try and retake it. They've got a 3 versus 3, so it's not too bad, but the boost will come into play. Now, this gives away 2 players' position, so they should now know where both are. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to matter. It leaves just Olof left to try and fight this one back. Does know where both players are, as said, but it doesn't matter. Snax is going to hit another shot with the AWP. In the passive positions is where he reigns supreme. And while 12-12, after what looked like a decent scenario for Fnatic, it's the same as sort of before. They started, got themselves a 4-0 lead, got themselves the pistol, everything looked nice and dandy, and then they just slowed down. In fact, in the second half, it was even 5, and you take away those rounds, and everything looks a little bit bleak in terms of how things have actually gone.
Yeah, no, definitely so. I mean, like you say, it's very similar to what we saw in the first half, but as history repeats itself, it's not boding well for Fnatic here. Taz going to be the player to try and start things off. Does find one at the window as well. Towards this B site. It's just being chased from light. Olof actually finding one through the smoke with the Deagle once again. Seems to be his speciality.
Every time.
Yeah, Snax managed to find that return frag And now it's all on Dennis, 1 versus 4. He's got a lot left to find, and not the best situation to try and find it in. Only a 5-7, and no head armor on the player as he tries to potentially spot out this frag on the crossing Viali, but it just wasn't meant to be as his head gets removed from his body.
Yeah, even the pistol master can't win a round like that. That was a long-range shot with the 5-7, definitely not what the weapon is renowned for. And, well, this is the sort of problem with the way that things have been going. So the start for Fnatic is great, but the streak that they then give to VP just gives them so much money to play with going into the late round scenarios. They have everything they need, double AWPs. They have plenty of utility to play with, and yes, a double AWP now comes back. We have 4 AWPs in the server at the moment, but it's still looking good at the moment for Virtus.pro. Even if they are to lose this round, they could then go and straight reset Fnatic, and then things would be all but done. So big few rounds coming up now for the Swedes, and if they are going to take cash as we both predicted, they need to step up in the next couple.
Yeah, definitely so. Lekr looking to try and show that they're more than capable. Finds one early on. Dennis is running towards the A site. Able to shut down Neo, but Pasha puts the hurt back onto the side of Fnatic. Snacks as well, doing his job. Finds one out into Wenton. Dennis is the only player left to try and hold down the fort. Pasha's going to completely deny that play, though, as it goes 2-on-2, and he's able to spot out the legs of Twist. And now suddenly, it's all on Olofmeister trying to make his way in from that B site through mid. But he's still got 2 players left to spot out in the form of Snacks and Pasha. Bomb's going to get planted. The crossfire, it's looking like it could work out here between VP. Although it's not as strong as I think they would have liked. He's just going to look away, though, as Pasha peeks the corner. And he's going to get taken down as a result. Has to bite the bullet there. It's going to go 14-12 at VP. They managed to start sporting a 2-round advantage.
Big round from Pasha, just the trade machine. Every time they seem to lose one, he was there to get one straight back again. Twist, well, he just gets owned. He wasn't even a trade. He was just sort of there and gets spotted out because of the scope. So great round from Pasha, bringing things back. And well, why not start it as you want to continue? Finds himself the first pick of the round, leaving just 4 to try and fight this back. And well, look at the economy. This is just a straight up force from Fnatic now. They've tried saving. They've tried waiting for the AWPs. It has not worked. Now all they have to fight back with is a few nades, FAMASes even. No head armor, which shouldn't really be a problem unless they're planning on being shot through walls. But it's just all in the hands of VP, and well, it looks like we're about to both be wrong.
Yeah, no, it definitely could be. Fnatic, if you can hear me, please try. Don't
we want to be right.
Don't give Dan and Tom this the luxury of being correct on this one. Olofmeister and Lekr looking to try and start things off, looking to do me a solid, but Taz coming up huge does find the return frag back on Lekr. Now it's all on Wenton and Dennis in this 2 versus 3, and they're faced with a decision. Do they go with it and risk ruining the economy, or do they try and force the overtime out of this one? And while it's looking like they want to try and go for it, I can't say I blame them. Bomb's going to go down, and they have 3 members of VP still have to try and fight. They're going to be making their way into the same sort of angle, making their way through CT spawn. Flashes just being used so incredibly well to delay the push, and it's leaving them with very little time. Wenton's able to find one out, and Snack puts it into a 2-on-2, but they're not really set up in a position where they can trade too favorably as they make their way into the site.
They don't have a kit. Well, there you go. Both push in, both angles held. Nice and easy for Virtus.pro. Coming down to, well, map point. And this is a problem now. They don't really have too much to fight back with. It's FAMASes galore on the board. And that was just so succinct. The sort of timing there of just, oh, nice and easy. Just both spam at the same time. And well, there you go. Utility is going to be a few smokes. They have an HE or 2, but it really is not a good buy. They haven't been able to do it with everything on the table. Now they have to try and do it with not enough.
But you're not accounting for the Swedish vim and vigor and you know, fight that they still have left in them.
You're not giving up on this,
No,
are you?
I'm not giving up on them. Fnatic, they're not ready to be out just yet. They've still got 3 rounds left to try and make their way back into this. VP, on the other hand, though, they want to do everything in their power to try and close this one out as early as possible. And while it's looking like Snacks is going to be the player to try and drill this one home. He's got the AWP in hand, trying to spot out Wenton. Looking like the peak could have came through there in favor of Fnatic, but they're just going to miss each other. The Molotov's going to go out, going to force him out of position. Snacks can't capitalize on it, though. It's actually going to be Viali to find that first frag. Takes down Dennis. And that's going to be the early man advantage seized for the side of Virtus.pro as they try making their way out on towards A.
They have 2 players. It's a 2-2 split. Wenton has to go huge, and well, now it is only Twist left to hold off the might of Poland. Not even going to find anything. In fact, Snacks will end him with the Deagle. Olaf, he's towards mid position, jumps up, and both players sort of dropping their spaghetti here, trying to find this frag. Eventually it will come in, and almost loses his life to the after nade. This leaves an AWP, 12 HP, and a bit of a dream for Sweden, as there is no hope. the plow will continue, and I actually want to see how many rounds in a row that was. Was that 8? 8 rounds in a row.
Yeah, no, that was impressive. Sadly, Olivemeister at the end couldn't pull on through for this side of Fnatic, but he will look good. He will look good in a martini later, I'm sure. But yeah, that's going to be this over and done with the first map of the night, as Cash is going to round out in favor of VP. So now it's potentially going to be a 2-0, and I don't think either of us expected that.
No, I thought Cash was definitely going to be a map for them. The problem is, VP did go into a sort of plow mode twice. They got 7 rounds in a row on the first half, and then they got 8 in the second. It was, well, that's pretty much the whole map score you need.
Yeah.
That's 15 out of 16 rounds that were in a row, which is kind of ridiculous. You win both pistols, and you don't win the map. And that's just not good enough from Fnatic. They should have been able to take some of these rounds over the line. There were a lot where they sort of had advantages and stuff, but they do have a second map where they can give it a go, at least try and even up the scoreline in terms of points. And that will be coming up, I suppose, after the break, after we come back with a Cobble.